Hello, family. Welcome to Real Inside Talk on Milano TV with Omotola Jacob. On today's episode, we have a special guest in our midst, and he is the CEO, rather the MD of Milano's TV. We have with us in the house Mr. Saint. Welcome with us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, yes, sir. On today's topic, we'll be talking about the orders of acquiring lands from real estate. And as we all know, we are a real estate company, and everything we are about is getting lands and properties at a fair and good price for us. So, Mr. Saint, what are the legal orders arising from the processes of acquiring land properties?
I would say the whole process of acquiring land is legal because the government make a land transaction a legal transaction. So based on that, from the beginning to the end is a legal transaction. Right. So let's start. If you want to buy a land, for example, you want to acquire a land, let's say from a company or from the original owner, which we call in Lagos Omolile, right? So if you want to get land, what are those things you need? For example, you need to verify that land. So the first process is verification. If they tell you the land has the common documentation is the common title is a C of O. So let's use that for. So let's say if somebody say, "Oh, this land I want to sell for you have C of O," so the first thing you are going to request that document. Then there's another document that is very vital that actually show the exact point that land is located, which is the survey plan. So you're also going to request for the survey plan, right? Now, then another thing you're going to request for is from the family, right? If it's from the family, you're going to request for the history about that land. Yeah. So, and if it's from individual, we'll call it secondary market in real estate, right? So if you are buying from somebody that already bought from the original owner, right? That means bought from that one and sold to another person, sold to another. So that is a secondary market. So if you are buying from that, you will need to request for their deed of assignment.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry to cut you short, sir. You talked about the history. Is it that the history will be printed in maybe a form, or they will just tell you?
Okay. You have to go with actually a lawyer. If you are not a lawyer, that you need a service of a lawyer who will take those history from there. So they will tell you orally, right? Verbally. So when they tell you about the land, this land was given, our forefathers were the first people that came to this place and all of that. After that, this one gave it to this, we were farming, we were planting this, so those are the history. Or our forefather gave it to so person, or he inherited it from so person. Those are the history you need. And this form part of the documentation that the lawyer or the legal advisor is going to put down on your deed. So when you have deed, is like for those that does not understand what deed is actually is. So a deed is like, let's use a vehicle because everybody is familiar with a vehicle. Let's use a vehicle. If you buy a vehicle now, there's what we call change of ownership. So you do an agreement changing it from the person you bought it from to the so that is like a deed when it comes to land transaction. So a deed is a document that actually says that the owner have transferred the rights to this person that is buying it. So that is a deed, right? So if you buy from a secondary market, you need that. Why you need it? So that because the whole history about the land is already documented there, right? Because maybe the person that bought from the original owner might buy parts of land, like 10 acres, 10 hectares, and all of that.
So that's maybe like one plot is for you.
Yes, you are not getting one plot. You might not have the access to go and see the family, right? And not everybody really want to see the family. So based on that, you have to get the deed to check the deed of the person you're buying from. So these are the documents you need first. Then the lawyer or a surveyor cannot help you to go to the Ministry of Land in that your state. If it's a case of Lagos State, I would say go to Alausa, right? But in, let's say, Delta State or your state, they don't have Alausa. So what you really need is not Alausa per se. What people say Alausa is not Alausa, is land, Ministry of Land. the ministry differs. So under that ministry, you have record where they document all the record about land in that state, right? So when you go there, they will tell you, okay, this land, if the land is already registered with the ministry, right, they will tell you that this land actually belongs to this person. This survey actually, this is the person that has this, or this, yes, or if the government have also reserved the land for them for the public use, right? Because government does not really need your land to sell all of that. They reserve a particular portion for public use.
Yes.
Public use like market, public use like police station, public use like barracks. Okay. So all of this now put together now, those kind of place, you don't need to buy it because it's for everybody.
They might demolish it in the next future.
It's not really, the government is not about like to demolish people's house. Right, they are not demolishing people's house. They said this place, maybe the place still a forest, for example, now, right? And that forest, and that said, okay, this within this particular parts of land, let's set up a site so that when the place develop, we can have a police station that can secure the people. We can have a court. We can have a market. Yes. Now, when you now go and build in that kind of place, that means that place with that community will not have market, will not have school, will not have hospital, will not have this.
I think that's rather unfortunate.
You see it now. So that is the reason you have to actually go to the Ministry of Land and Survey, or depend on the state anyway, and go and check the particular plot you want to buy. Is the government set aside that place for a purpose like this? Wow. Because maybe he actually set it up for you too. Because if you now go and build where the market is supposed to be, so where would they build market? You see that?
Sometimes they even build like recreational places.
Or schools. Okay, right?
Exactly.
Like some people are buying where military barracks are supposed to be in some part of Lagos right now. They are doing that, right? So for sure, when that place develop, government will say, okay, remove your building. And they will send you a notice to remove it. So if you could not remove it, because it also costs money. Some people will even tell you that, okay, don't worry, let me just build before government will come. I've already get my money back.
Okay, maybe it's like a long-term plan.
Like a short-term plan. So, okay, let me build a temporary building here before government will start
coming. Is there
coming.
Something like a temporary building though?
Yes, like a mechanic workshop, for example. Like a poultry farm, right? So they are temporary building. Like in the local side, we call them shanty. Right?
I don't know what shanty is.
Like, all those places they build, you can just use a condemned roof to just set up something and just put a house there. Okay. People lived in those kind of places too, right?
I think we'll put a stop to today's conversation because today's conversation has been insightful, and I'll just give a summary of what we talked about. In case you are getting a land very soon, your CFO, the deed, the survey, and everything you need needs to be, you need to go there to check. You need to check probably your allowancer in your own state to check if the government has plans for that land. And in case you are wondering how to do all this, you are wondering how to take these steps, Milano Properties is here for you. We are here to guide you, take you step by step, hand by hand. We are here to make real estate very easy for you. So on our description box below, check up our numbers, our email address, and I'll be sure to get back to you in no time. I think, Mr. Sims, we're going to have this conversation extensively another time. I can't wait to have you here again. Thank you very much, sir, and we hope you do have a lovely time. God bless you. I still remain Omotola Jacob.